In the vast world of combat sports, there's a man who is often referred to as the Immortal. Regian Eersel is a two-sport world champion in kickboxing and Muay Thai, but there's a chance you never even heard of him.
No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
The Suriname-born Dutch fighter has been competing at the elite levels for most of his career, and is currently sitting on a 22-fight win streak that includes victories over some of the world's best strikers.
Oh, he caught it! He caught it!
Regian Eersel has remained undefeated for the last 8 years and is currently the lightweight champion of both kickboxing and Muay Thai in the One Championship promotion. In this video today, we're going to take a look at the rise of one of the most elite strikers on the planet. This is DBD Fight Club. Welcome back. Regian Eersel was born in the South American country of Suriname, but at the age of 4 he relocated to the Netherlands and settled in Amsterdam with his family. But that transition had its difficulties. He would soon find a second home in a local Muay Thai gym, and his peers and coaches quickly realized his talents. Eersel dominated local kickboxing and Muay Thai leagues, which forced him to find opponents abroad. In 2016, the Dutch fighter stepped up on 2 weeks' notice to fight Muay Thai superstar Joe Nottawood in the United States for the Lion Fight promotion. Eersel's a noticeably tall fighter with a long range to pair, and uses that range to perfection.
Oh, nice. Elbow! Joe goes down! Wow.
Eersel's able to gauge the distance between his opponent to attack first, and his acrobatic and flexible style makes it hard to read. Eersel loves to use leaping knee strikes as his signature move, and is able to cause serious damage to the head and torso of his opponents.
That's just world class. Oh, he caught it! He caught it! It's over!
The Immortal was setting up those high rear kicks all night, and landed on the button after leading with a right hook to disguise his attack. Over the next year or so, the Suriname-born Dutch fighter would run through the competition of the American-based promotion and secured some highlight reel knockouts and earned himself the Lion Fight super middleweight title, which would also spark his current undefeated run. Prior to joining One Championship, Regian Eersel participated in a Russian-based kickboxing Grand Prix and fought Sergey Braun, who is currently ranked 4th in the Glory Kickboxing middleweight division. The night started off well for the German, landing a spinning heel kick that nearly sent the Dutchman to the ground, but Eersel had to remind his opponent why they call him the Immortal.
Again, Braun! Big left hand and he's opened up the nose! Holy moly!
It would be that signature knee and body shot that would earn him this victory and would be Eersel's final test before fighting for a top global promotion. In the spring of 2018, Regian Eersel finally got the call to the big stage. One Championship was expanding their kickboxing divisions and brought in new talent from every corner of the globe. His first test was Brad Riddell, current UFC lightweight fighter.
And there's the first head kick, going for the headache. Riddell got to be careful when he throws the left on.
The fight started with the advantage going to the shorter Australian, as he was able to cut the distance and fire off shots in the pocket. But in the second round, the Dutch fighter started to warm up and let off some nasty combinations with those signature knees to the body.
Down there, so very quick turnaround. Oh,
that left knee was on the money repeatedly, and the Australian went down in the second round.
That's the pace Riddell's got to keep in this third round. Off the ring movement of the towering Dutch.
The fight never slowed down for even 1 second, but that knee of Eersel was the key to his victory.
And Eersel just shakes his head and comes forward with straight left and a flying knee.
The judges had their winner, and after an 8-month layoff from the Asian promotion, the Immortal was finally able to find another opponent in Anthony Njokwani.
Wolverine, all the range. Roundhouse kick to the waist there from Eersel. High kick from
the Nigerian fighter was of a similar build to Eersel and was able to use his range effectively to score strikes against the Dutchman. And despite initial success on his feet, Njokwani was scoring a few sweeps to earn points in front of the judges.
Taps under overhand right Njokwani, head kick from Eersel.
However, the Dutch fighter marched forward and landed a sneaky right hook to knock down his opponent.
Setting himself here. There's the right hand, smack bang to the kisser. Njokwani goes down.
Despite his brief stint in the One promotion, the matchmaking team were very bullish on the young fighter and would go on to set up a legendary kickboxing matchup for the inaugural lightweight belt. If If you're a true fan of kickboxing, then you must know who Nicky Holzken is. The former Glory welterweight champion is considered a modern legend of the sport, and after losing the belt in Europe, he sought out for a new challenge with the Asian Promotion One Championship. And within 2 fights, he found himself facing Regian Eersel.
Overhand right there from Eersel. Great start from both these men. Nice right hand, catches the jaw.
The fight started as expected, with both fighters demanding control of the center of the ring. Holzken was countering well, but then the Immortal started to unleash that furious pressure.
Unit. Overhand right, left hook right hand again, a high knee. Here's the combination. Jab to the body, uppercut. But Regian Eersel comes forward, there's the jab.
Eersel was connecting effectively, and adding in those leaping knee strikes to the head and body forced Holzken to back up constantly throughout the round. Holzken was being swarmed by every angle and had no answer for his opponent's aggression.
All 3 targets out.
Jumping. What did I say, Mitch? What did I say?
Holzken is a different breed of fighter and refused to lay down and give in and would find his way back up.
Goes down, and there's enough time left in the round. Here comes Regian Eersel.
Regian Eersel looked immaculate in this performance of a lifetime, and his fierce pressure and aggression was just too much for the legendary Nicky Holzken. At the age of 26, the Immortal had achieved what most can never do in a lifetime, and that night became the lightweight champion of the world. However, fans had their doubts, and a rematch was surprisingly upon us. 5 months later, they met again. Swarming Holzken seemed to work again in this fight, and after his opponent slipped to the ground, Eersel would strike him with precision to have the refs start a count.
Time, ladies and gentlemen, Kickboxing Muay 2002.
Holzken got back up to his feet and would return the favor with a leaping knee strike of his own. Surviving that barrage of strikes showed Holzken that he really needed to turn it up if he wanted to beat the Immortal. And going into the second round, Eersel seemed to find his groove again. Eersel showed superior cardio throughout the fight, and his relentless pressure puzzled Holzken, as the former Glory champ had no answer to the Immortal style. Despite looking to counter Eersel's shots, the Surinamese fighter would just continue piling up the significant strikes to nullify Holzken's threats. The Immortal showed absolute grit and determination to continue walking down his opponent, and would refuse to let go of the gas to ensure total domination and retain the lightweight belt and extend his winning streak to 16 in a row. It's not every day you beat a kickboxing legend like Nicky Holzken, but to do it twice is extraordinary. The Immortal showed the world his skill and caliber and was ready to take on the next set of challengers. In his next fight, he fought Italian-Moroccan fighter Mustafa Haida.
Jab 2 from him to go on the outside. Winning percentages in all the kickboxing.
One of the most important elements of the Immortal's arsenal is the ability to mix in vicious combinations to every part of his opponent's body. Even with his signature knees proving effective consistently, he never forgets to change up his strikes to disguise his attacks.
Jumping knee from a jab. Haida fought back again.
He was planning on 5 hard rounds.
Oh, the high kick.
Another aspect of the Immortal's success is his cardio. The Dutch fighter pressures his opponents non-stop and never lets his foot off the gas when marching forward. His next opponent, Islam Murtazaev, shared a similar fate.
Men don't know a G-shot. Murtazaev jab. Little pirouette.
In his third title defense, Eersel's opponent had decent success in the opening round with fast and unique spinning combinations, but the Immortal was just getting started.
Box. And there's the right hand from him as the champion.
As the fight progressed, Eersel's cardio prevailed.
Sorry.
Yeah, that knee came like he was doing it in a pool. Breathe real heavy.
Compared to the first 2 rounds.
By the end of the fight, Murtazaev's attacks were declining due to fatigue, and Eersel was extremely effective in walking him down and landing more significant combinations. His next opponent was Arjan Sadikovic, and he turned out to be one of Eersel's toughest tests.
Right hand from Sadikovic doesn't get through.
By the challenger.
Here comes Sadikovic flying knee!
Sometimes you're the hammer, and sometimes you're the nail. And after countless leaping knees to his opponent, Sadikovic would land a knee of his own to knock down the Immortal.
Man, he was hammering on that leg, Michael, but
Busy round for both men, not a lot separating them in it.
Despite the early setback, Eersel stuck to his game plan of pressure and pace and continued to dominate the rest of the fight.
Could not afford for Eersel to stop.
After 4 successful title defenses, the Immortal was looking for a new type of challenge. Dominating the kickboxing scene at one championship is no small feat, but for fighters like Regian Eersel, true greatness is achieved by continuously pushing your limits. In the fall of 2022, ONE finally set up a lightweight Muay Thai division and booked the inaugural title fight between rising Thai talent Sinsamut Klinmi and the Immortal. The Thai prospect was on a 2-fight knockout streak in the ONE promotion that included a knockout over familiar foe Nicky Holskin, but the Immortal was up for the challenge. The fight started slower than imagined, with both fighters taking time to gauge distance, but soon Eersel started countering effectively and landing heavy punches.
Eersel was coming in, and he's looking for it. You can see it there on the left and the right coming forward.
During the middle rounds of the fight, both fighters fought more reserved and were careful when selecting shots, but by the 5th round, the momentum sided with the Immortal.
Left hook and right hook from Eersel.
Eersel was connecting with greater accuracy, and Klinmi was wearing the damage accordingly.
Gets Eersel to the wall.
Jab is what stopped the domination.
Eersel going to work, 26.
While the fight took a lot longer to heat up, the Immortal had done enough to earn himself a second belt in the promotion and become the ONE lightweight Muay Thai champion of the world. However, for some reasons, fans had their doubts, and a rematch was scheduled 5 months later. The two met again at the legendary Lumpini Stadium in a far more exciting bout. Sinsamut was landing a few more elbows than Eersel and seemed to cut the distance better than their previous fight, but the Immortal was looking more like himself and was even adding those signature knees to the body.
Ian says he's felt nothing to it. He can't phase it.
After almost 9 rounds in the ring together, the fight was getting too close to call. But in the 4th round, the Immortal would land the deciding body shot to retain the title.
Very close range. Oh, digging with a body shot. Got him with a body shot.
After fans called for a rematch to decide the rightful owner of the lightweight belt, Regian Eersel silenced the critics and fans with a precise hook to the liver to knock down Klinmi. In the summer of 2023, the Immortal was set to defend his title against one of the most feared strikers to come out of Russia, Dmitry Menshikov. But the Immortal didn't even need a single minute to take him out.
So explosive, and down goes Menshikov. Less than a minute in.
And what looked like a soft left hook initially turned out to be another precise strike to the forehead that completely screwed up Menshikov's equilibrium. And just like that, another contender fallen short of the Immortal's unbeatable striking powers. The two-sport world champion Regian Eersel is set to finally defend his lightweight kickboxing belt against up-and-coming French striker Alexis Nicolas. The undefeated challenger looks to shock the world by taking down the Immortal, but is he ready to face a dominating force such as Eersel? I think Regian Eersel is one of the best and most underrated strikers in the entire world, and deserves a lot more credit than he gets. But what do you guys think? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. This is DBD Fight Club, and we'll see you next time.